Alright, this is John Cole with OKRaw.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and this one's going to be a fun one that I haven't done one of these in actually quite a while, but I know for some of you guys that maybe found this video, it's going to definitely be able to help you guys out. So, you know, why I got into making dietary changes in my life is because I had a health condition. The primary health condition that I had was called complement immune deficiency, which is basically a bad immune system that the doctors blamed on my genes. And I needed to find a way to get my genes working properly and build my immune system naturally so that I would not end up in the hospital again and potentially lose my life like I did when I had spinal meningitis many years ago. You know, I found basically plant-based, fruit and vegetable-based diets, and I've been healthy ever since. And we have a guest, Annette Davidson, on the show today because she also had a health challenge, and I want her to share her story with you guys because I know many of you guys may also have the challenge she has or something similar, so you can learn what may be able to help you. So Annette, what kind of health challenge did you have?
Well, I had Crohn's disease, had severe issues with digesting anything, and very big difficulties with constipation and inflammatory intestines. Yeah.
Cool, so it was like a Crohn's disease. So is that similar to like a colitis or IBD, irritable bowel disease? Are they all related or similar?
Yes, they are related, and especially like colitis and Crohn's, it's almost the same. It's a little bit different, but mostly location in the gut, and it's inflammatory bowel disease, both of them.
So that must be very uncomfortable because you're just, what, constantly going to the bathroom all the time, or what happened to you?
Well, I didn't go to the bathroom at all. That was my issue. So I was really bloated, and I woke up in the morning totally puffy in my face, and I was really tired and often shaky because I couldn't eat and digest my food, and I got really toxic, and the pH gets really acidic too in the body, so I was so tired all the time and didn't have energy to do anything. It was horrible.
So how long did you have this condition?
More than 23 years.
So you lived with this for 23 years, you really couldn't go to the bathroom, and you didn't have a lot of energy in your life?
Yes, that's how it was.
So you must have went to the doctor, right? Didn't they help you out and fix you up?
No, in the beginning they didn't say anything at all, and they couldn't find anything that was wrong with me, but I could feel that something was really wrong, and I searched, you know, everything like homeopathy, reflexology, acupuncture. I tried everything, you know, and all kinds of herbs and everything, and nothing helped. And I was even hospitalized actually one time because my candida got so bad, so I was lying in a single room at the hospital with a fan between my legs. It was really horrible, and still they didn't do anything, and then after a couple of years they actually found out that it was Crohn's, that I was inflamed in my small intestine and also in the colon, and they decided to do surgery. So they did surgery, and they said now everything will be fine. But still, it was in the whole body. It's not just in one spot, so it didn't help at all. It still continued with the same issue.
Wow. So, you know, I know some people out there, and we can't give medical advice here, but you know, if you went to the doctors again and they said we're going to cut out part of you and it's going to help, you know, would you go into the surgery again?
No, never. And I didn't want to do it that time either, but I couldn't, you know, find any other solution. I tried everything as far as I knew at that point, and some people say just do it, you know, and then we can work on it after that. And so I did it, but it didn't help. They took like this much out of my small intestine and colon, and they put it together again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, like, I don't want to ever go under any kind of elective surgery unless it's required. I mean, if I'm in a car accident, they definitely need to do something for me to save my life, yes, but if I have an option, you know, I'm never going to choose a surgery, because I mean, I have a really good friend that actually had a problem with his back. He went in for back surgery. Yeah, just supposed to be a minor thing, and now he's paralyzed, confined to a wheelchair for life. I mean, many things could happen in the hospital, you know, and not always the way that it's supposed to go. And in Annette's case, you know, it was supposed to fix her, and now she's missing part of her colon, and it didn't help the problem. So Annette, so I mean, you look great now, and it appears you're all healed up now. And what did you do to, you know, make a difference in your life to basically heal yourself from this condition that the doctors couldn't even help?
Well, I was in Denmark at that point, in Copenhagen, and I was searching online for raw food and for colitis and Crohn's, and I found a book written by David Klein, Self-Healing Colitis and Crohn's. And I read that book and I found out why I was sick in the first place. I mean, sickness doesn't just happen to you, it's something that there's something behind it, and I found out why, and I read the book and I tried to implement the things as good as I could, and slowly healed up.
So wait a second, I want to stop you right there. So why were you sick in the first place? I know many people are wondering this also that may have the similar condition. Why'd you get sick?
Too much crappy food.
Too much crappy food.
I mean, I shouldn't say it was worse than anyone else, and I was a vegetarian from I was 15 years old, and a vegan after I was 27. But still it didn't help, because there was some parts of my diet that still was disturbing my gut, and I had to remove all those parts of my diet, and then after that it started cleaning out, you know, clearing out, and I got the toxins out. My body started recovery from all this and got stronger and stronger, and I can feel that's 9 years ago now, almost 10. Yeah, 9-10 years ago, and I can still feel improvement here and there. You know, now it's getting better again. It's even better, and I get more energy. So it's really cool.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I want to encourage you guys out there to, you know, if I ask 10 people, do you eat healthy? You know, 9 out of 10 are probably gonna say, yeah, I eat healthy, and everybody always thinks they eat healthy. Oh, yeah. But what is eating healthy, right? Oh yeah, I eat, you know, red meat once a month or once a week, and you know, I don't know, I eat at Chipotle instead of McDonald's, and that's healthier. But you know, in my opinion, that's still not healthy. You know, I'm on a fruit and vegetable based diet, and that's what it took for me to heal. You know, that's what it took for Annette to heal as well, because whether you're on a vegan or vegetarian diet, those diets can be healthy, but in many cases when you're still eating processed and junk foods and non-whole foods, more than likely it's really not that healthy in my opinion. So I want you guys to check yourself, you know, and if you're eating fruits and vegetables and as much as you can and excluding all the other stuff, because some people are so, I don't know, messed up, you need to be more extreme, and that's pretty much why I eat a fruit and vegetable based diet, because I don't want to get sick again. I don't want to be in the position where I'm in the hospital and the doctors tell me that I might not make it out alive. So now you want to get further into actually what specifically you did to heal your Crohn's up, so that you're symptom free and you go to the bathroom regularly now, right?
Yeah, I do. Well, what I did, I had to go very, very deep in this, and I had to eat almost only really water-rich fruit, like watermelon. Melons is so good for me. I can feel that it's really good because it's so easy to digest, and I couldn't eat much greens either in the beginning. I had to juice them because it was too harsh for my body, couldn't handle it at all. And so a lot of juicy fruit, mangoes, papayas and melons and all those things. I had grapes. I love grapes. It was a really good part for me, but I had to spit out the skins. I couldn't handle the skins. Wow. So I was chewing on them and spitting them out, and I did that with a lot of things, you know. Even like if I had citrus, either I juiced it or if I put it in my mouth, the pieces I spit it out too, the fiber, because I couldn't handle it. So I had to go very, very basic, very juicy and high water content.
Well, so let's talk about that. You know, so you talked about getting rid of the fiber. Do you think it would be good to juice and get rid of all the fiber? And if you did juice everything, do you think it would, you know, not upset your system and it would be all right?
Yeah, it could be, but of course we need fibers too. I mean, we shouldn't live on juice. That's not the point. But in some cases where it's really bad with those bowel diseases, you have to, in the beginning, yes, to remove as much as possible. I didn't juice the watermelon I was eating it as well.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of
that was fine, you know, but some other things, that was the best thing to do, yes.
Awesome. So for the people out there that have been living with some kind of Crohn's, colitis, or IBD, you know, what would you say, you know, if you were them, what would you do knowing what you know now? I mean, because you've gone through 20 odd years of living with this condition, and now you've been living healthfully for the last few years. Like, if you knew now what you should have known then, what would you have done differently immediately and started changing?
Yeah, I would have removed the meat, the dairy products. For me, the dairy was the worst actually, and all the grains. That's the first part of it, and then see, you know, everybody has to try out for themselves what is good for you and what is. Some people are excellent on bananas, so you can make banana smoothies. For me, that was not really that good, but for some people it's amazing and they can heal up. So you have to try, you know, for yourself and see what's good, or talk to someone that knows about those things, who can help you, guide you through it.
Excellent. So she's given you some amazing tips to, you know, like, I always just recommend people reduce or eliminate completely their consumption of, you know, any animal products, whether that's meats or, you know, in worse, dairy. I believe dairy is even more insidious than the meat is. And then of course, you know, the grains in this day and age, I mean, it's just not really natural for us to eat grains, maybe for chickens. But, you know, I believe personally we're frugivores and we eat mostly fruits and some vegetables as well. And I think these are great starting tips. But if somebody really wanted to take it to the next level, Annette, I mean, let's talk about that book that helped you, you know, heal yourself, that you read, that gave you the motivation, gave you the encouragement, you know, to heal yourself.
Yeah, I have it here. it's this self-healing colitis and Crohn's, David Klein. It describes in detail everything about digestion and what to do. And it's a part in here where it's like, here on the disease, chapter 5, I think, isn't it? Where it describes exactly what to eat and what not to eat, and how to do this. It's pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, this literally looks like a little manual, like, man, whole lot of pages, I don't know, 200-300 pages of recommended reading, and how to basically, your guidebook on how to heal yourself with this condition. I know you guys may have tried different medical expert doctors and all over, and the top, you know, gastroenterologists in New York City I went to, and you could help me. Well, you know, I would encourage you for this book. It's like about $20, but more. You know, I always encourage you guys to try new things, right? If you never try this book, if you never buy this book, then you may never get better. But if you try this, right, and it works, that's great. And if you try it doesn't work, well, then you know that it doesn't work, right? But I mean, here, Annette tried it and it totally works. Annette, any last things you'd like to say about the book or anything else?
I just want to say that, I mean, a lot of people don't have to go that deep as I did. They can heal up much faster and much easier than I did. I think that because I was so constipated and had it for so many years that it took so long, I had to go down to melons, you know. And many people, they can heal up even if they have a cooked meal for dinner. And I mean, cooked meal, not any cooked meal, but you know, some steamed vegetables and things, and they do fine. But I couldn't. But that's
right. Yeah. You know, I always want to encourage you guys to eat a plant-based, plant-strong diet, rich in as many fruits and vegetables as you can. I don't like wasting time with other things besides fruits and vegetables myself, so I eat predominantly fruits and vegetables, which is my diet. So to get this book, you can go to the website colitis-crohns.com, and the book by Self-Healing Colitis and Crohn's by David Klein. Any last words that you'd like to say to the viewers out there, Annette, in passing?
I just want to say that there's another way to go than the medical way, and you can be healed from this. It's so good. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I've met so many people that get onto a plant-based, fruit and vegetable-based diet, and many literally diseases, or what is thought of as diseases, literally disappear. I mean, not because fruits and vegetables are magic or some kind of thing. It's basically when we eat the proper diet that we're meant to eat, right? Our body can heal itself like it's designed and supposed to. I mean, if you cut your finger, right, you don't need to go to the doctor to get your finger fixed up. Your body will basically scab over and heal itself, and that's what'll happen on the insides of us if we provide the right nutrition and the right food. I really hope this helps you guys out there. If you do have colitis, Crohn's, irritable bowel, or any other similar kind of discomfort and dis-ease in your body, you want to make sure you guys check out this book. And once again, my name is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. We'll see you next time, and until then, remember, keep eating your fresh fruits and vegetables. They're always the best. All right, this is John Kohler with OKRaw.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. We're coming at you from the 2014 Woodstock Fruit Festival. We're all having a blast here. This is a 2-week event this year, and they're going to do it again another 2 weeks in 2015. And definitely